If you were here a little earlier, you probably heard the music. And it's interesting how I never know what music to put, but somehow I trust when I look through my playlist that the right music will come. And sure enough, this morning, the right music came. Why is the right music? Because there's this beautiful woman singing, kind of a dialogue between my flute and her voice. And there is so much of the feminine qualities that come through her expression. And this is something that actually I wanted to address as well. Excuse me, I have a hair somewhere. In these days, it's really coming up very strong. The fact that I think we all know by now that the world globally has taken a kind of an acceleration where different forces are becoming more visible and more on the surface. And one of these forces that I feel it's really the time for it to come back up to the surface, and it's coming. It's the feminine quality, the heart of that expression. We all know probably that the world is in the shape that it is now exactly because the feminine has been repressed since a long time. You know, if we want to go back to when the feminine was in its proper place within a society, we have to go back a lot. Yeah, more than 2,000 years. Of course, there have been pockets like little tribes, little small culture where they maintain a matriarchal organization within their tribe, their small societies. And those are the ones that remains healthier, the healthiest. But the world at large, and probably more so in the West, but not only, has not only repressed the feminine side of the coin. I mean, if we look at the two polarities, yin and yang, we're talking about masculine and feminine, which obviously are qualities that are in each of us. But the feminine is more represented, more embodied by women, of course. And so, as we all know, not only has been repressed, but has been persecuted. I mean, we all, it's not long ago that we had the era of Inquisition, that the church burned thousands, if not millions, wise women, just because they were representing the wisdom that was embodied by the feminine. Yeah. So one of the biggest crime against humanity has been done by the church, one of the many that the church has done. But definitely the repression and the persecution and the killing, the trying to destroy to the roots any wisdom that could spring forth from the feminine, and particularly from the women. The old society we live in, which is a pathologically sick society at this point, yeah, it's in these days is more than ever obvious how sick it is, corrupted. It's in the way it is because it's been in the hands of a masculine egoic self, which has been overinflated, overdeveloped, and it completely squashed the other half, which is the feminine side. The people that have been running this world, our societies, are centered only and exclusively in, and they represent an egoic expression of the masculine self, which egoic is bad enough, but of course, only masculine makes it even worse. Yeah. And the few women that we have seen in positions of power have been pretty much women that had to repress their feminine to reach the place of power that they reached within a society. The old feminist movement was in the 60s and 70s was important, but it was also very distorted. Yeah, in that women had the understanding and the misunderstanding that in order to count and have the same rights in a society, they had to somehow become more masculine. They tried to become more, or they wanted to become more like men, instead of protecting and emphasizing and bringing forth the feminine. But I think now, in this historic time, we are given this opportunity. We're being pushed, all of us, to realize that unless we bring back that balance, we are going down the drain. This whole world is already pretty much down the drain, but if we don't bring back that balance soon, there is no possibility to create a new world, which is what is needed at this point. So I highly recommend and support all of you to go into that center of that heart and bring it forth, bring it to the surface more and more, bring it out. Because it's desperately needed. Not only for you, but for the whole planet. And it is happening. It is happening. For example, on the 14th, we'll have an only women demonstration in Italy, in Florence. And there is a beautiful movement that is really doing that. It's really with the understanding that the only thing that can change what is happening is love. We cannot fight in any other way. We cannot fight using aggression or hatred or slogan, we want to be free. Well, we are free, first of all. There's no need to scream, we need to be free, because that's emphasizing the fact that you believe that you're not. But above all, we need to bring forth our biggest, strongest weapons, and I see it happening, is people sitting together, meditating together, chanting Oms all over the world now, more and more. And women take the lead, women taking a very important position in this movement that was happening now. And they created also groups of only women that they want to emphasize and represent that feminine quality that needs to come back to its proper place. And I see that as the only thing that is needed. I've been telling that for years. I've been saying, unless the women and the feminine comes back and in a way takes charge of the situation, not only becomes equal, I would say at this point has to take charge, because the masculine ego has been destroying society, the planet, everything. So unless the women take charge through their feminine qualities, we won't be able to create a new world. So you got a big responsibility on you. And of course, us men, we have that too, but in a way, you have more on your shoulders, even more. My master used to tell me the work that we need to do in the world, energetically speaking, is to learn to move from the center to the periphery and from the periphery to the center. Yeah, this movement, like a pulsation. Yeah, like something that opens and closes, expands and contracts, like a heartbeat. And what he meant with that was that we need to, if for periphery we mean the world, yeah, so the societies and the whole system globally in which we function, that's the periphery. And the center is our true self, or in this case, we can call our very heart. He was saying you need to keep moving from the two. You cannot stay stuck in one or the other, because if you just stay in your center, the world is never going to change. Yeah, the world needs your contribution. The world needs you to bring that energy to the periphery and to be expressed. And if you stay only on the periphery, then nothing will change it same way, because you don't bring anything new. You're not able to bring the very flavor that is in that center, in your heart. So then if everybody stays on the periphery, the world keeps going around and around the way it has been. And soon enough, it will disappear if you go on this way. So it's a dead end. It's a snake that bites its own tail. But the movement between these two that we have to do as practitioners, particularly, is to go through meditation, through mindfulness, to the center as much as we can, as deep as we can, where we stay in touch with the essential quality that are in our center and in our heart. Steeped ourselves, root ourselves in that every time we can. And that's through our practice. Rest in that as much as you can. Go deep into it, embody it, integrate it. And then move out, move to the periphery again, and bring that flavor, that quality, whatever you have received through your practice, through being in touch with your heart, bring it to the world, to the outside, to the periphery. And then as soon as you feel like, okay, I hardly have anything left to give, go back to the center. That's where you charge your batteries. Yeah, let's say that's where you, sometimes you need to go back there again and again to, it's like drinking water from a well or from a spring. So as soon as you start feeling thirsty, you know where you need to go back to your center. Recharge, replenish yourself, fill yourself up with that. Ground yourself in that energy and then bring it out again. So this is the movement that is needed. So trust your love, trust your heart. Rest in that as much as you can and bring it forth. Bring it outside. The world is waiting for that. It has been waiting too long. So you are the new light warriors. And that light comes from your heart, comes from the energy of your heart. And that is what is needed now. So I would suggest we maybe sit together a little bit and digest this that has been expressed. Feel it. Go back to that center. Go back to that heart. Tune into that light and lovingness that is in that heart. And maybe we can share afterwards a little bit. So find a comfortable position to sit. And when you're ready, let your eyes close. And starting to come more and more into this present moment. Letting go of all our stories now. Letting go of the past or the future. Connecting more closely with our body. Feeling the body from the inside. Notice how it feels. See if you can let it relax, letting go of any tension that might still be there. as it's not any longer needed. And tune into that feeling of expansion that comes to the body when it starts relaxing, as if it's becoming a little bigger from inside out. Noticing the weight of the body on the cushion or on the floor. And letting yourself sink into that sensation. Let the whole body sink downwards, relaxing and allowing the earth to pull towards itself. Connecting to the big mother, which is the earth and its energy. Bring also your attention to your belly now. Make sure it's relaxed and notice if you're breathing from your belly. And if not, see if you can relax the diaphragm a little more. And feel that pull of the earth on your belly as well. As if that energy, the gravitational force, would flood your belly with itself, connecting your belly to the earth. Even deeper than that, connecting the center of your belly to the center of the earth. Sending deep roots downward and receiving that energy in the belly as well. That is what grounding means. Allow your belly to expand with that earth energy, being filled by that. And as that starts happening, you will feel more and more grounded and strong and unmovable like a mountain. The earth represents life in this form. It's what gives life. And so is the belly. They are both centers of the life force. And they can, of course, resonate with each other. So in this moment, you let the life force of the earth, which is vast, to fill your life center in your belly. Life entering into life. As if you become pregnant of the earth energy, filling you up. Through this process of grounding ourselves, we might notice also a sensation on the top of the head, like the top of the mountain, a gentle uplifting energy coming from the sky. That when we connect deeply with our roots, it happens by itself. The deeper we can go into connecting with the earth, the more likely that we start perceiving that. Sky energy. So if you cannot perceive it, you can just keep grounding yourself and it will happen by itself. That's the law of nature. The deeper the roots of a tree are, the higher the tree can go. If your roots go deep into the earth and you perceive that stillness that comes out of that connection with the earth energy, in that stillness and grounding force, you will perceive sooner or later the uplifting energy of the sky. Which is, yes, much more subtle, and yet always present. So we sit in balance between these two energies, grounded, rooted, balanced. awake, present. And in this sensation of being present, you can start observing anything else that arises within this space that is between these two energies, our inner space. Bringing that attention inward into that space. We notice the movement of the breath that is happening by itself. Within this spaciousness, floating in that space, is the breath and its movement happening naturally without tampering with it. Simply becoming aware, connecting with that. The breathing process that transforms the formless into form and into formless again. As a cycle. Prana becomes body, form. Nourishes the form. Help us to ground ourselves between these two energies, sky and earth. You could also perceive the breathing cycle as breathing in sky energy, transforming it through the body into earth energy, and then releasing it again. Emptying yourself completely until you notice the pause at the end of the out breath that is complete emptiness and stillness. And then noticing the cycle starting again. Remaining connected to the breath will keep you connected to the present moment. But without any effort, without any concentration. It's a very open, relaxed awareness connected to the breathing that remains open and available to anything else that wants to arise within that inner space. So if a thought or an emotion or a feeling or a sensation anything arises and catches our attention, we do not fight it in any way. We just allow it and witness it. And when we feel we have witnessed it enough, we just go back, bring our attention back to the breathing cycle. Remaining aware that when our attention is merged with the breathing, we are completely present. At the same time, we don't force anything. We don't concentrate on the breathing. We just are an open awareness. That grounds itself in the breath, and yet remains open to everything else, any experience that wants to arise. Coming back again and again to the center and to the heart. Until our attention is caught by an experience arising on the periphery. Then we just observe it. Let it be. Let it dissolve again. Moving back to the center. And slowly coming back to the group. We open the space if anybody wants to share something particularly about what was said before. Any reflections on that? Simone, how is it going?
Hi. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Everything fine?
Yeah.
Just visiting my parents now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See a bit of family. So,
Germany?
yes, I'm in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's a beautiful day. It's sunny.
Nice.
So,
How is the energy there in Germany?
so. Yeah, it's really a lot of worry and fear everywhere. So,
Still.
it's like people don't even talk about the elephant in the room, you know.
Yeah.
It's because it's so disheartening.
Mm.
Everybody tries to just push on and get on with life, and yeah, but underneath there's always this current of what's going on.
Exactly.
Yeah, what is happening?
Yeah.
So
they don't talk about it much, about the elephant in the room. Not yet.
A lot of people just can't really
Cope with
the extent of the horror.
Yeah.
So best not to go there.
Yeah.
For a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good thing about Italy, is that where I'm now is that people are, yes, there is a slice of the population that is in that situation too. They just cannot cope with it. It's too much. It's too overwhelming. But there is a big enough part that is definitely voicing out their voice and their hearts. A lot of women, as I was saying, a lot of women coming out, and there's a beautiful, I perceive it as a beautiful awakening of the life force in this slice of the population that is becoming very aware, very present, very voicing out their voice. And I think this is of help for all other countries as well, you know, because we are all connected. So when we perceive, oh, there's some awakening energy in one place of the earth, and the other parts of the earth will get affected by it as well. So I'm very happy because I thought the Italian will never wake up. they also like their comfort, and they're like, oh, it's okay, you know, let's push on and try to make our life as pleasant as possible. But it reached a point where that is not possible anymore. And this is thank you to the restrictions. So actually the restriction coming from the periphery pushed people towards the center, and the center is awakening. That's a beautiful thing. So again, we see that movement from periphery to center, and then center to periphery, as we were talking before, in a different way. It's happening on a mass level too. Sometimes just a spark is needed, and because it's like the flame is ready to start, but it's still missing the spark. So maybe in Germany there will be a spark at a certain point soon, and they will maybe Italy can be the spark for other countries. We'll see what happens.
Yes, I think a lot of people are not aware of what is going on, and it's just kept very quiet, and there's no talk of Italy in the main news. So people don't realize even what's going on in Italy. I mean, at least my family is not aware of it, and my friends, and so.
Yes.
But I think it's very important to keep up a certain vibration, and it really starts within, and then you can send it out.
Yes.
And you can't create what's not in you, so you have to find the peace and love within, and then emanate it, and not vice versa.
Exactly, as we were saying before. The center will shine outwards afterwards, but first we have to shine within. Find that love within your heart, and then you're able to bring it forth. Yeah. It all starts there in the center. Yeah.
So this is very precious to me, to be with you all and wherever you are.
Yes.
And,
it is.
And anchor myself every week. So
yes. Yes, because the periphery can suck you in very easily, no? This heaviness, this dark energy, heavy. And that's the last thing we want. We don't want that. We want to go to the center, find that peace and grounding within yourself, which brings the balance, which brings you strength, and then you can bring that outwards too.
Yeah. So we're like a butterfly wing.
Yes. Very true. It will affect the whole world eventually. But it's true. Many countries have a very strong control medias, which unfortunately that's what has happened in the last 20 years, that most of the main medias were purchased and bought by the big corporations. So there's very little free media, but thank God there is still internet and we're able to access information through that. which helps a lot. Yeah. Yeah, Mickey, did you want to say something? Thank you, Simone, for sharing that.
Thank you, Simone. Hello, everyone. So I'm in South Africa.
Oh.
I'm pleasantly surprised by the energy here.
Mm.
Okay, I landed in Johannesburg, and then I took a plane to George, which is in the south, and then I came to where I am now, where my mum is, a town of about 7,000 people. And I'm very, very surprised by the beautiful energy that I'm experiencing, and a kind of togetherness. Even at the airport, Africa is very noisy,
Yes.
but but it's I felt a very good energy there.
Mm.
Everybody's working together, and I didn't feel restricted at all. There's
Nice.
It's not even like in France where you have to, you know, it feels more restricted there than the feeling I had here. And in the town, there's a lot of freedom. Really, you wear masks and wash your hands when you go into the shops, but overall, there's people. I don't know. There's a vibration here, a very good vibration.
Nice.
Plants are growing beautifully, and you can see nature is blooming. Of course, it's spring, but it's much better than the last time I was here. Before COVID, there was still a lot of tension, other kinds of tension.
Yeah.
What surprised me is my mum has. I should just mention my father passed away in August, and my mum and dad had COVID. They in December last year, so
Mm-hmm.
so they were very ill, and but they recovered, and yeah. Anyway, to make a long story short, they have caretakers. My mum has caretakers all the time. There are 3 of them, and we on the same spiritual vibration. We, we, we talk about all the things that we talk about. It's such a surprise to me. And
You mean
so,
with the caretakers?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. The way I just noticed at first how they are, how they love, their compassion, and we started talking slowly, and it is beautiful. They meditate. They're mindful about everything. When we cook
Yeah.
together, we mindfully cut the carrots, and we're so
Beautiful.
appreciative of. It's like I live. I don't know. It's just such a beautiful experience, and I was
Nice.
so hesitant to come, and it's absolutely beautiful. They listened to Eckhart Tolle. We had deep conversations. I introduced them to you. Um, they now watching your videos, and I can't tell you. It's beautiful.
Great. I'm very happy for you.
So much love and everything. Yes. Yeah.
And that's another thing that is happening because of these restrictions. Yeah, that it's like there is a push to restrict, and then there is a push from the from the out expanding. It's like no, life. You know, it's like life is responding through us. Yeah, through people, through all the people, and people are coming together in a way that I haven't seen maybe ever. Maybe when I was really young maybe in the 70s, early, late 70s, I saw this kind of coming together a little bit. But like now, with the difference is that there's a lot of love in people. It's almost like their heart has matured and it's ready to bloom outwards in the way they also say, we are here, we are not agreeing with what is happening, we want to create a different reality, and we are here for that. And it's a very loving energy. That's the big difference. In the past, maybe there was fight, there was like, and now it's just like a lot of heart energy that is coming to the surface and coming to the periphery.
Yes.
It brings people together. And of course, in some countries, it's not that obvious yet, but this is what is going to happen. It has to happen all over the world. So maybe in some countries in Africa they're naturally more in touch with that energy already. So it's more obvious there too. And definitely in Italy, I feel it happening too, very much. So it's a beautiful movement that this so-called pandemic has forced us into. Yeah, more and more in touch with ourselves, more taking a position and grounding ourselves in our center and saying, well, this is my truth. Here it is. And this is what I have to offer is my love and also my understanding and my awareness. So this is
an awakening.
It's an awakening, yes, it is. That happens on an individual level, and then it's reflected in a collective.
It's like the ripples. It goes out.
Yes. It's like many flames coming together, little flames, and making a bigger flame.
Yes.
So I'm very happy about what is happening.
Yeah.
It's a good opportunity. And it's a unique opportunity. If we miss it, planet is going to be in trouble. So let's try not to miss it. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. I'm happy, Miki, you're there. And say hello and bring my love to your friends there.
I will. Definitely.
All our love.
Yeah, they love your voice, and yeah, and I think they will watch all the videos. I explained about the 2 series, and
Great. They might not even need to watch them, but I'm glad you offer that.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, Katrin.
Thank you so much. I'm glad I joined today. I'm in Portugal since a longer time.
Yeah.
So, and that's also the reason why I not always switched in, because it's a time difference. It's 1 hour earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I drove here in May. Just for 4 weeks, and I didn't return yet back to Germany.
Understandable.
Yeah, I extend, and by the beginning it was kind of like I really related to this topic today, because like this feminine energy and masculine, it was more for me kind of like, okay, I really want to feel more where I want to go and what to do and what's good for me. And there were periods which were easier and not so easy.
Yeah.
But for me, it was really, it didn't felt good or right for me to go back to Germany, because I felt the energy there is kind of more masculine, heavy, and the ocean for sure for me feels like, okay, when I was in the ocean afterwards, I feel I washed something away and I feel just better.
Yeah.
And yeah, and now I like, that's kind of my, I don't know, question. Like I like do I need to do decisions like every time, like, okay, do I extend, do I not extend? I'm kind of flexible, but it's putting kind of a pressure on me to decide, okay, do I look for an apartment or for long-term room here? Do I quit my room in Düsseldorf or in Germany? And all the time I feel, okay, that's kind of everything in my head, and that's
Yeah.
male energy. But to go back in this feeling, what is right for me? Is it right for me to have like an own little apartment here? Is it right for me to move in a house? I'm kind of in this process since weeks, and I like to really feel it, and I know that I need to feel what is right.
Yeah.
But it's so not accessible for me right now.
Yeah. So let me ask you one simple question. Just free your imagination in this moment, and what would make you really happy? What situation would make you really happy? Don't think too much about it.
Yeah, I directly thought
No. Feel your heart.
Okay.
What will make your heart happy?
Apartment with apartment with a partner, but that's another topic. Yeah,
Okay. An apartment with a partner where?
by the ocean.
Okay. So you got your answer. Stop thinking about it. Just put your energy in that direction.
Okay.
Don't think about it. We need to nourish ourselves, right? Are we agreeing on this? We're not here to suffer. We're here to enjoy this beautiful gift that life is. We're not here to suffer. So what would make you happy, what would make your heart happy, equals to a nourishing energy for you, which we all need in this time more than ever. So I would start from there. Find a nourishing situation. Keep mindful, keep aware, keep meditating when you can. Let your heart flower. Maybe a partner will show up too then. You never know. Once the heart is open, what happens? But in the meanwhile, nourish yourself.
And what I felt in the meditation, it was very interesting. It kind of felt like bright light came in kind of through my third eye or from my head to kind of nourish my body.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah, good. That's nourishment.
Thank you.
Yeah. So stay where you feel that light can be more accessible in this moment. What would be the conflict? Why would you, why does your part of your mind think, maybe I should go back to Germany?
Because I have still my apartment there. The apartment is much warmer. I know what I have. I think I know what I have there.
Mhm. Is it rented, the apartment, or not?
It's a rental apartment, but
Mm.
I have it already since 11 years. So it's kind of when I lose this apartment and need a new apartment in
Yeah.
Düsseldorf, it's
Yeah.
super different in the price.
Is sitting empty now?
No, now there's someone
Some
living
friend.
in it for yeah. So I kind of think maybe that's a like a situation that I still can maybe rent it for time by time.
Yeah. Yeah, when if you get, I always say you get your nice place for yourself and where you are, keep renting your apartment there, and just that's it. And then in time you will see if you feel like letting go of the place in Germany, let go of it, but you don't need to do it now.
Mhm.
It can be a gradual process, let it be all organic and one step at a time. But in the meanwhile, create the best situation for yourself where you are, no?
Mm.
So
Yeah, sounds easy like that, and now I kind of feel it more.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So kind of like the feeling of trust to build up. It's kind of like a practice of, because that's often what I don't feel, like the trust that something right is happening. And that's kind of like, okay, the practice of meditation or the practice what we did today, like nourishing myself, and then the trust will maybe come.
Yes. It's very difficult to trust when we don't nourish ourselves in the first place. Because if you don't do it, who's going to do it? So that's the starting point, is you nourish yourself by, in this case, giving yourself a better place, a more beautiful place, finding a place where you can rent. And maybe with the rent from Germany, you can pay the rent in Portugal. And you can just create a nice environment for yourself where you are. Nourish yourself in that way. And then it's going to be easier to tune in, to rest, feeling grounded, feeling trust for life, that actually the right thing is happening in this moment, in the right moment. But you have to align with yourself first. When you align with yourself, then the whole existence aligns with you, you see, but not otherwise. You have to start first. You have to take that first step. Then everything will fall in place. Everything will happen beautifully. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. So you're in the south of Portugal?
No, not. I'm north of Lisbon. So
North
it's
of
not
Lisbon.
so,
Okay.
not so warm here
Yeah,
anymore.
it's cool. Yeah.
North of Sintra, but it's a super beautiful place. I really like it.
Nice. And how is the energy in Portugal? How are people?
So I can say like the energy around here where I am is super nice and much more lighter. I can't actually compare it anymore because I wasn't in Germany for half a year.
Of course.
But here, everything what I do, I don't wear mask. I don't kind of talk about these topics with people. You, of course, you see people wearing a mask, but all the people I surround myself with are like kind of like I'm thinking that, yeah, enjoying life more, or
Good.
not as so scared about getting something or
Yes.
not.
Good.
And yeah, I feel it's much lighter here.
Yes. Yes. Wonderful.
And the restriction also are less and less.
Mhm.
Now you don't even need to wear a mask if you want to enter
Mhm.
something. Even this week I was in a supermarket
Mhm.
without a mask. I was like, wow, cool.
And we forgot. We
Yeah.
forgot what it's like to be
Yeah. So it's really
not restricted. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Good. Sounds like a good place to be
Mm.
for now. Good, good, good. Well, I hope to see you again in our sessions anytime you feel like nourish yourself, come.
Yeah,
We're
I
here.
try to. Thank you
We're
so
here.
much. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. What else? Jan, how are you doing? The camera is just staying on me, so nobody's gonna see your face.
I'm doing fine. Yes.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the holiday in Bari, in Italy.
The
Yeah.
what?
The holiday in Bari. In
Oh
Italy.
yeah, you were in Bari, of course.
Yeah.
Was it good?
It was great. Yes.
Oh, nice. I'm happy.
Just visiting restaurants without any testing to do and so on was very nice. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That is in Holland now. Yeah, you have to show that you have been tested or vaccinated, and that's
Yeah, but in Italy too, actually now.
well, they don't always follow the rules there, I think. So it's more, yeah.
The south of Italy is always more relaxed, no matter what.
So, great place to be. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. So
you had a good holiday. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Yeah. Yeah.
Happy to hear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Petra, where are you? In the world, I mean.
I'm on the island Hvar in Croatia.
Oh, Croatia, beautiful.
And actually here is okay because we are an island, so
Yeah.
they never control us much.
Yes.
They cannot.
Yes.
Yeah. And when we go to the supermarket, we have to wear the mask, but otherwise we don't.
Yes.
Yeah, but actually we are used to lockdowns. We always lived in a kind of lockdown because we are like an Indian reservation. You know, in summer there is big tourism going on, and then we looking like the Saint-Tropez. And as soon as the last tourist leaves, then we become like the Pine Ridge Reservation in the United States.
Wow.
Nobody here. We are isolated. And
very
so
quiet.
we are kind of used to this.
Not many stimulations.
Not many stimulation. Yeah, but anyhow, many people travel in winter, and that was a little bit hard now these last 2 years.
Yeah.
I also live in winter. I don't stay here usually.
Do you live alone?
Yes, I live alone. It's a kind of a community I'm having in my house.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, you
Some
know,
people-
sorry.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
No, I was saying, you know, if you want to travel and come visit us, we have a retreat in Italy on the 11th to the 14th of November.
Oh,
It's not very far.
yeah, it's not very far. Yeah,
You could
where
even drive
which part of Italy?
in Tuscany.
In Tuscany. Oh, nice. Yeah.
So as you speak Italian, you understand Italian, right?
Yeah, I lived in Italy for 10 years.
I know. So come if you feel like. Spend 3-4 days with us. It's gonna be nourishing and stimulating. You're gonna get some extra stimulations because being with us is gonna be nice. Sitting together and eating.
Consideration.
Consider it. And if you want any info, I'll give you the info. Just send me a message anytime.
Okay.
It'd be nice to have you with us.
Thank you.
Yeah. Simone, you're not coming this year, are you? Or are you? Maybe?
I'm thinking about it all the
Good.
time.
Good. You should think more about it. Or stop thinking and come, just come. Even better.
Yes. It's actually no problem according to the internet. So there's planes for little money from Berlin.
Yeah.
So
you
the
can
only
fly
thing is going back and the testing. So because in Italy there are no saliva tests available.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, that's a reason I hesitate to fly back. So, but I can fly in without without getting running the risk of injury or whatever.
Yeah. Those saliva tests are available in. There are some labs in Rome. They do them.
Mm-hmm.
But and maybe Milano, but otherwise they're not easy to find yet. So you could, if you fly out from Rome, for example, you could spend, do a little holidays in Rome, spend 2 or 3 days and do your test there and then fly out. That's one solution. Otherwise, it's a long drive.
Yeah, I think I will come. I mean, I feel I want to come.
Nice.
It's just the thinking, I need to.
How to organize it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I will definitely try to make arrangements now. I was planning to do it.
Wonderful.
So
it'd be nice to have you with us.
Yeah,
it's family.
It's something I would like to gift myself with. So
some nourishment. Yeah, we all need that nourishment. We were talking with Catherine. We all need it.
Yes.
Absolutely. Nourish ourselves in as much as we can.
I think that's one of the best things I did this year and came to Tuscany. And although my Italian is not so great,
it's enough. Come on, you were already with us one time. No problem.
Yes, it kind of frustrates me because I'm very communicative usually, and I can't express myself so well.
Yes,
I tend to chide myself. Why can't you do that? And
oh yeah. Well, we'll be happy to just have you with us, first of all, even if you don't say a word, but and that would be enough. But anytime you want to express something that is a little bit deeper, you can count on me to translate it. You can use me as your simultaneous, how do you say, translation anytime. I'll be there for you.
I communicate telepathically, maybe. So
also possible.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Just do it and get out of your little bubble and
yes,
help yourself.
Yes, it always helps.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
We look forward to see you also. So Maya's all happy seeing because she's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Great. So yeah, I would invite anybody that understand a little Italians. But if you don't, it might be a little, I mean, you can come even if you don't understand Italian, but it's definitely you get more out of it if you understand some Italian. And one day we might have an English speaking group too. But for now, this is what we have in Italy happening. Yeah. Great. All right, guys. Beautiful being with you as always. And we'll see each other next Friday, inshallah. Hugs and kisses. And namaste to everybody. Thank you for being here. Ciao.
Ciao. Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you so
Ciao.
much. Bye bye.
Thank you.